Hello, my fellow YouTubers. It's me again, Carlita, your Spice Queen. I am here again with the 411 on the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 14 Reunion. And I tell you, when I say cry river, there was a whole lot of crying, I tell you. But before we get started there, my phone has been acting really, really crazy, just like my third tape. But before we get started, please subscribe. Subscribe. I have 94 subscribers, Spicers. Please come on and join the Spice Club. Just hit that subscription button, and that's all she wrote. All she wrote. Please like, subscribe. I said subscribe. Comment. Please comment. That motivates me, and let me know if there's something I need to know. I'm trying new things. My last two videos consisted of slides and things of that nature. You couldn't see me. I was more of a narrator, kind of, so to speak. So let's try to get started. I'm trying. So let's start. All right, so let's start out with the ladies in the background getting ready, getting all dolled up, glammed up. When I tell you some people need makeup, they do. Makeup helps a lot of people, and it helps me too. Just want to add that. So inside the set, it's a tropical setting. It's a stage with a moat around it, a moat of water. It's very, very nice. It has a little bridge. Once the ladies enter, they close the bridge and let the bridge, so they won't not be able to leave unless they want to go through water. I thought that was really, really cute. Thought it was cute. Now, in reference to the seating, Andy, you had Marlo and Sheree on both ends of Andy. Okay, I guess they're supposed to be the ones got to have the most drama. But I'm telling you, it seemed like Kenya should have been on one of them sides. But without further ado, let's try to get started. So, of course, Andy, he greets everybody. Everyone looked nice, looked wonderful. They look much better on TV. Other than, the snippet of the reunion, it didn't help at all. They all looked nice to me and everything. And Andy even looked like he picked up a little weight, looking really healthy, I guess, with the pandemic and all. Okay, so Andy, like I said, greeted everyone. The first question was, who do they think is the bone collector now? Because I personally thought it was Candy. Candy did a whole lot of going around telling stuff another. I also thought Sanya was a good runner-up because she was really, really busy, to be new. And Drew, of course, she's throwing around bones, so she definitely was in the pack. But come to find out, he showed snippets of all of them. All of them did a little bone collecting. Even King, and everybody went around telling each other stuff. It was ridiculous. Marlo as well, of course. So I personally thought it was Candy first. Sanya said she don't want to be no bone collector. She said that's too much daggone work. Too much work. Okay, and so then, Andy started to ask another question, and everything. For some reason, Drew and Sheree, they were in the background. They were having a little conversation while Andy was talking, about, they were talking, he was about to ask a question, right? And before he could answer questions, those two, they were talking, and he asked them what were they talking about and stuff. But what they did was production put up on the screen what Sheree had said, and said that Sheree said that Drew couldn't handle Fatum. Said that Drew ran from Fatum. Oh yeah, that's right, because there was some type of rumor. A rumor was going around. And it appears that Fatum was spreading this rumor. And Sheree felt it was Anthony, and such. And so, to make a long story short on that, them two were still having that conversation while Andy was about to ask another question. And like I said, a production they put up with what Sheree was saying, that Drew couldn't, handle Fatum, and that she ran away. All right, so Sheree said she didn't feel Ralph was gay. I don't think he is either. That's that man's business, rumors and all. So, Drew, okay, Andy is, okay. Now, then, so Andy, Andy is so shady. Andy put out there that Kenya went and told, I forget who it was, told, was it, well, said that Sanya did not have a mind of her own. Sanya was a follower. She was not a leader. And that she didn't have a mind of her own. I think it was Drew or something like that. And so Drew said that she don't have no problem with it and everything. That she's willing to say what she needed to say, and she wasn't offended by what King was saying. In other words, I think that's what they were saying. But right, so Andy, I did not like that about Andy. Okay, because Andy was being very, very shady. Okay, and he says King was trying to stir the pot and everything and cause some type of ruckus between the ladies, because that's basically what he was doing at that point and stuff. So Kenya just said that she wasn't trying to start anything, that she just felt it was necessary for both parties to know what was going on, that kind of situation. So like I said, it was a whole lot. So if you got it on DVR and record it, it'd be a good thing to go back and look at it. So, but I will continue on trying to bring it to you the best way I can from my viewership. Okay, so right. So I'm still by. Okay, so Sanya goes on to explain why she has a mind of her own. That's not necessary. Sanya, you don't have to go and explain that you have a mind of your own. Just do you. Do you. You don't have to, just be Sanya. You don't have to prove anything. You're not a follower. We know you're a leader. Okay? So there. Okay, they showed a few snippets. The next thing they went on was Sheree. Sheree and some of the things she went through or didn't past time. Let me see. They showed snippets of times past, right? They showed different situations where Sheree had issues in the past. Prison Bay, She by Sheree, her fashion shows, all these kind of hiccups she had throughout the year, I guess, throughout the seasons. And but that She by Sheree did happen. She did end up with some clothing. Sheree said that her clothes would be available after the finale. And it was. She did have some clothing available after the finale. And things of that nature. I actually went on the website and she has t-shirts, hoodies, sweatpants, things of that nature. And so, congratulations, Sheree, right? And we just want you all to win, okay? So Andy asked Sheree if MARLO actually charged her. Remember that time when Sheree and Kenya had got together and decided they wanted to uplift Sheree after Prison Bay took her through what he took her through? Okay, when Sheree got there and MARLO ended up charging her and selling her some of her stuff, and it came up to $5,000. So Andy was asking if Sheree did MARLO actually charge her. Sheree said yes. There's no way I would have paid that, and I can't. And I'm still having problems believing Sheree paid it, as much as she don't like to pay people. Pay her bills and stuff, right? So excuse me, and yeah. So right, I wouldn't have paid it. Okay. It wasn't worth it. None of this stuff was worth it to me. It was used. And I would have made that clear from the very beginning. I would have told her I'm not paying for anything like that. Please don't ask me nothing like that. It's ridiculous. You should have given her something. They were supposed to be uplifting her, not having her come over there to buy her stuff. Okay. So, Candy was put on the spot. She was also put on the spot. Said Candy was talking about Sheree in reference how She by Sheree wasn't getting off the ground and things like that. And she was wondering how Sheree was going to fund it. Different things about that. They showed it on camera and everything. So then Candy explained, well, listen, she said stuff about me as well. You know how Candy is, tit for tat. Do me, I do you, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so they showed Sheree. Sheree was saying stuff, saying Candy doing all type of fellatio. While MARLO was saying that she was doing everybody around the block. That's my way of putting it. I'm trying to put it, a little more decent. Okay, so they proved that on both ends. So both of them was talking about stuff. They all do it. Okay? Yeah, like I said, she basically said she was a hoe. And, like, yeah. And Sheree denied it. So they showed all that to both of them. Okay, so, the guest asked Sheree, why was she talking about Drew in reference to dropping Drew? Sheree said that she felt that Drew did not have the body nor the stamina to be hitting any type of fitness type of show, I'm gonna call it. I think that's what she said. Right, and she actually body shamed her, and I didn't think that was nice. It's a funny fit blouse. She actually body shamed her. And that wasn't nice. And, Drew goes on to say what type of procedure she had done and things of that nature. And she thought that she would get moral support and that she felt really bad about, them talking about her in that way. And I would have felt bad as well, even though. So Drew asked her why she didn't pay her, things of that nature. And she said that, no, Drew asked why she didn't pay her and that Sheree is known not to pay people. Say that Sheree pay only people she feel should be paid. I mean, you can't have people doing services for you, Sheree, and you don't pay them. I don't know why you feel like you can do that. And I thought with constructions and things like that you have to at least pay half. Put half down and the other half after they complete a job. I mean, I don't know if that's going on, but that should definitely be going on. Okay? All right, so at least get a half of what they, or something. But anyway, so, Sheree's still with that stance. She don't want to pay. She's not going to pay if she feels that you're not worthy of it after you done did your work. Sheree, you better be careful about that, child. You can be in court all your damn life, and you better hope nobody don't do nothing silly. Okay, that's not good. I tell you one thing, if I ever work for you, you're going to have to pay me, at least 50% up front. And I am not doing the other 50 until you cough up the other 50. And that's how that's going to go. Ridiculous. Oh, my God, it's embarrassing. Okay, yeah. So Bravo threw Candy under the bus. Showed her numerous times being shady. Marlo explained why she did not follow up with Candy. In reference to Candy trying to help Marlo. Help Marlo when she was going through some changes in reference to giving her a job. He was trying to start that show, some type of show about Marlo and fashion, and then Marlo explained why she did not want to, why she didn't follow through with that particular offering, said that the contract wasn't nice, said that Candy's, she wasn't happy with the contract. Like they weren't paying enough. Something like that. Okay? So that's how we're going with that. Candy was upset about that. Honey, please, don't be trying to help nobody. Don't want to be helped. Okay? I'm saying. Shoot, you gotta learn from that. I don't know why you feel like you need to help Marlo. Okay, now, let's do. Okay, so my Candy was pissed. She was pissed off. Okay, Sheree says she was not satisfied with Tyrone sexually. He wasn't giving it to her right. Says, I guess Holt, whatever, I forget his first name, last name is Holt. She couldn't say his name, right? Because Andy asked her about her love life and her new beau. And she says, she explains that, well, he's on another reality show. He a realtor. Like, the world don't know who he is. Okay? And, like one question was asked. Andy took a question. The guest asked, why would Sheree mess with the Holt, knowing what he's going through or been through and how he treated his ex-wife? And she just says she's just taking it day by day. She's not even, dealing with that, and pretty much, I'm saying that. She's saying she's taking it day by day. It doesn't bother her really what he went through. That's her new beau, and she's not even worried about nobody else. Saying Sandy's gonna say, you know what? I like that about you, Sheree. I like that you do what you want to do and don't care about what nobody say. Well, guess what, saying you cannot live in this world alone. You cannot live in this world alone. Sometimes you might want to consider people, consider their feelings and what they're going through. What if she was to mess around with your husband or something like that? Just say, for instance, worst case scenario. I'm sorry to say that, but You need to care about other people. Seriously. It's just not nice, okay? And I can't believe you said that, okay? Like I said, I hope my sister says, well, like I said, I hope it's not, right, someone you dealing with. Okay, Sanya, Drew. Drew feel that Sanya is braggadocious. And the question was, what happened to Sanya and Drew's relationship? And what's the problem? And Sanya said that Drew basically was a hypocrite. She thought Drew was a nice person, but come to find out, everything Drew was saying, she was actually doing, and things of that nature. And so she felt that, Drew wasn't the right type of person she wanted to do what said Drew put her on his back. And Drew said she felt that Sanya was braggadocious. She bragged too much. And they're not friends today. And the question was, do you think you all will be able to rekindle your friendship? Would have not. We never got an answer from that. Okay, Drew was a let me see, she was always talking. Okay, and also, Sanya was unhappy with Drew. Another reason was because when you talk to Drew, Drew do not listen. She always want to talk. She cuts you off. She cuts whoever she's talking to who's in opposition of her, and she just don't want to hear you. She don't want to hear you. She want to just keep talking. And the question was saying clout chasing. Was she just Andy asked her because Andy said she invited Kenya and Candy, the two that had the most following, to her. What was her? What was that? It was one of her fundraisers for a mommy something. But anyway, Sanya said she was not clout chasing, and she started tearing up. She really started tearing up and just said, that was not her whole idea. Okay, so Drew has no remorse and everything. Sanya was tearing up, and Andy asked Drew about how she felt about, Sanya and everything, and Drew said, well, it's just tears. It's just tears, no remorse, just no remorse. That's what Andy asked her, how do you feel about her crying? Then she looked at it and said, well, it was just tears. And then Kenya said, well, that's crying, and things like that. So it was just a messed up situation. I didn't like how Drew did it, and Andy was just messing. Okay, Sheree and Drew, like I said, they asked Sheree, Drew. Hold up. Okay, Marlo foster care. Marlo's playing the victim. Oh boy, started talking to Marlo, and Marlo just started talking about her family, her mom, why she's the way she is, her upbringing, how she went to foster care after foster care, how one foster care family turned her away, the daughter didn't like her or something like that, and this and that and another, and all this, and crying, and stuff like that. Well, you know what? Marlo, for you to go through the things that you went through, and you sitting up there on that daggone stage, and I'm calling it stage because you were acting. You were acting, crying about your history. Listen, I am a very, very caring woman. Okay, and I personally care for people, and I do. But how are you going to feel or go through that in your life and then turn around on the other side and then stick a knife in somebody's back? Now, I'm not talking about the literal thing you went through physically about, going through that thing that girl, that happened in the past. I'm talking about Kenya. Child, you done went there, went to the pink meat, went to the dark, deep meat on this woman. And for you to try to act like you done been through all this and that and another. I mean, come on. You know what? I am just done. I'm done. I am done. I will see if Marlo is really, wounded. And if they bring you back on next season, let's see how you act. Let's see if you that wounded little child, in the corner. Let's see how wounded you are, because I don't see that. I see that you can be very, very hard. and very wicked if you want to be. Okay, now that's just my opinion. Okay? So I'm not saying people can't change their ways because everybody can. But don't get so deep and don't get so far. Because so far I've seen it just been awful. You know, you're throwing your nephews out and all this and that and another, but you want a pass. A pity party. Oh, I'm going through this. If you went through all that, why in the hell would you throw them boys back? Why? You tell me that. Okay, you know what? Please like, subscribe. I don't want to go there because every time I go there, that woman just drives me another kind of way. So I did the best I can do. I'm so sorry. I've been going through so many things. I'm trying to get this other thing taken care of and fixed up. This online, the snippets. I'm dealing with StreamYard, trying to work that and everything. I got to watch out for copyright, strikes and things. I'm learning all kinds of stuff. So I will see you. I will see you on my next video.